I think aristocracy works best when it's mutual. Vertical relationships are relationships of inequality, of superiority. If you're absolutely superior to me, then you're like God to me. That won't work. But if I'm superior to you at something, and you're superior to me at something else, then we can have both equality and inequality. Now, here's my plan for solving many of the problems of today's world. A mutual exchange program between unequal cultures. Let's distinguish 4 cultures in our world. First of all, there's America, which is quite unique. Secondly, there's Latin America and Africa and the global south. Thirdly, there's the Islamic world. Fourthly, there's Western Europe and Canada, which used to be Christendom, which is now apostate Christendom. You can rank them in a definite hierarchy or order in terms of right versus left, or traditional versus modern, or primitive versus sophisticated. Islam I take to be the most primitive civilization, like Old Testament Judaism. The global south is fairly primitive, not quite as right or extremely primitive as Islam. America is sort of in the middle, and Western Europe and Canada is hyper-modern. They're the most modern. All right. What's the need for the most primitive civilization? Well, mercy, sensitivity, compassion, the soft virtues. They're very good at the hard virtues. They can teach us a lot about the hard virtues. But they need soft virtues. They even need pop psychologists, for goodness sakes. We certainly don't. We have too many of them. But they would do some good in Islamic countries. All right. What's the need of the growing global south, of Latin America and Africa? Well, they need money and they need sophistication. Okay. What's the need of America? Well, we need flaming moralists. We need Jonathan Edwards and Prophet Elijahs. And what's the need of Canada and Western Europe? Well, they're in such a desperate state that nothing but an exorcist could beat them. Now, there's a plethora of exorcists in the global south. There are plenty of exorcists in Africa and in South America. So, suppose we just rent a lot of planes and have an exchange program and have these exorcists come from the global south into Canada and Western Europe. And Canada and Western Europe sends sophisticated scholars and philosophers and theologians and architects to the global south. That would be a nice exchange program. Second exchange program between America and Islamic countries. What do we need? We need flaming moralists. We need mullahs. And what do they need? They need our pop psychologists. They certainly don't need more mullahs, and we certainly don't need more pop psychologists. So, double exchange program. Solve the problems of the world simply by renting a few thousand planes. On that ridiculous note, I will end and ask for your questions.